Yo, all eyes on me. Happy, happy, happy 54th heavenly birthday to the one and only, um, the best way to put it, genius, and Tupac Shakur. Happy heavenly birthday, my guy. It would have been a monumental 54th birthday, but welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Without further ado, to all my hoops fanatics that's joined your boy for their favorite hoop segment on the internet. JumpBall is back with season 1 episode 17 and back just like the OKC Thunder, how they forced this series to at least go into 6 games by the end of game 4, like around the end of third quarter. It looked like Indy kind of had it in the bag. Now we are here, 2-2 going down with about an hour-ish left for game 5 to kick off. But before that, let's reel it back in a little bit. Let's kind of deep dive into the games that has happened so far. It's been 2-2 so far, like I just said. Game 1, it went to Indiana in OKC. Tyrese Halliburton got his name the moment. 111-110. They took that away. I think that kind of went down to Rick Carlisle's masterclass, him being, having that experience. He is, let's not forget, to kind of bring up that Scott Foster point for game 4 later on, but he is also the head of the Coaches Association. That is not something light to be looked at, because that is a prestigious like award or job that, if you want to look into it, because you're kind of like, in essence, the leader of all the coaches, and having coaches like Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich until last year, and amongst all the other great coaches, Spoelstra and other great coaches across the league, and they respected him to elect him to that level. So, let's not discredit him there like people have slightly been. But game 2 at home, the bench kind of emerged. I want to call that the Aaron Wiggins game. Him and Alex Caruso off the bench kind of handled their business with the fans in their, like on their side. Even more after that heartbreaking game 1 loss, there was almost no chance that game 2 was going to be out of hand for OKC. Game 3, for the first time in 25 years, Indiana hosting that game. I mean, that energy was, felt all the way through the computer screen, or TV screen, or phone screen, whatever you were entertaining yourself watching that game on. You were definitely feeling that crowd through. And so did the Pacers bench at home. They kind of took away in that one. Ben Mathurin being, the youngest guy, 25 plus points, yada, yada, yada. I mean, we could go look into that. Obi Toppin with his dunks. TJ McConnell, I think he set the tone in that game for the Pacers, and everybody else just followed. And that is something that I do want to kind of go back to on my alpha point for my past videos. Tyrese is not an alpha and does not have to be. Siakam doesn't look like, by alpha I mean like extra alpha, like that Michael Jordan, as in like, it could be controversial right now, but you know what? No, I'm not gonna say it. We're gonna keep it for another day. Maybe I might even change my mind on that. But like, even a Lauri Markkanen, there we go. Let's go to that one. I mean, like, he has not taken his team as far, but he is an all-star, borderline all NBA. But would I consider him an alpha? Probably not. Similar to that degree, like I've mentioned, even like a Hall of Famer like Steve Nash. So it is not to discredit from Tyrese Halliburton, who is a phenomenal star. So let's not take away from that. But I don't want to get into any arguments here. It's all love to Tyrese. It is what the Halley time. I mean, it is one of the most memorable finals in recent memory. Definitely of the 2020 so far, one of the more, memorable and highly entertaining finals in a while. I'm always going to be a homer, and I'm going to pick 2022, but till another ring, y'all can't blame me. So let's get back into game 4 really quickly. Everybody's calling, Mr. Extender himself, Scott Foster. every word in the book to kind of, I guess, extend the series. But if you look into it, yes, there was over 70 free throws in the game, but it kind of did come down to free throws. I do believe Benedict Mathurin in the final 5 minutes might have missed 3, possibly 4 free throws. SGA did not miss his free throws, and it kind of got down to it. 111, 104. That's a 7-point game. One possession here, one possession there. It could have gone either way. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, Pacers did have it in the bag till the end of the third quarter. Then the momentum kind of shifted, kind of like game one, where OKC kind of had it in the bag the whole time. And then as soon as that fourth quarter hit, you just saw Tyrese kind of speed up everything a little bit more. Thunder were kind of a little bit discombobulated, and then the other team kind of just snuck it by. And similar, like the point gap is a little bit more differential from that 104, 111 to a 1-point game that Tyrese hit the buzzer beater on. But the impact of the game is pretty similar, where it's not like the biggest difference. It's just like a one play here, one play there that could have kind of swung the game in any favor in that fourth quarter as well. So it is going to be very interesting. This next game today, game 5, is going to be very, very telling. It is going to be, at home for OKC. How do they come out? How do they show their fans, like, if they are really about it? Like, everybody's going to be on them about their youth. Are they going to show that, hey, yeah, we are a young squad that, maybe we might kind of fold under that pressure? Because, Indy's going to come out with that full court pressure. As soon as TJ McConnell's in the game, he's going to full court pressure. SGA in game 3 had 7 guys on him, 7 different bodies. Everybody got about 3-4 minutes, let's say, on average, because he played about 48 minutes, 6 minutes on average. So he played about 42 minutes, I do believe. Everybody else, they get their energy back when they're not guarding him. He has to keep on getting a new guy and new guy and new guy. So I do believe as the, series kind of shifts, I do believe this kind of falls down to on 2 individuals on the OKC side that need to show that they want to be NBA champions. First of all, it is going to be Lou Dort. Yes, you are a defensive stalwart. All NBA, should have been before this year. Is a travesty. Borderline defensive player of the year and all of that. But I need you to score some points, my guy. In the playoffs, it has dropped down from 10 points to 8 points. In the finals, I think it might be even lower. Your 3-point percentage, it had been at 40% for the regular season. It dropped down to about 35-ish. I need a little bit better from you, my guy. Give me about 10, give me about 12, and this series would not even have been in question. Same thing, I do want to reemphasize that with J-Dub as well. He will have been doing phenomenal for a young guy in his third year, all NBA, all of that. I don't want to criticize your game. You have been scoring over 20. You've been doing your thing. But your efficiency has gone down slightly. You were shooting at 42.5%, almost 43% last year. That dropped down a little bit this year. And in the playoffs, that's dropped down to 30%. That is just, 2 guys shooting at mid-30s. That's going to be very, very hard for SGA to kind of have that space for him where, those guys actually do respect your guys' 3 outside. And, SGA has that little bit of space in that elbow room to operate, whether it's for himself, whether it's to get you guys even more open. But you guys going to have to hit your shots when you guys are open. Even when you guys are not open, you guys are going to have to make those tough contested ones because this is the NBA Finals. That's, what this kind of boils down to, the best of the best at the, biggest moments. We'll see what happens. I do still have OKC winning this NBA championship this year. I think this is their year. Yes, that youth does kind of, still kind of leave some questions for me. Alex Caruso has been kind of overridden off that bench, but let's hope he still has a lot more in the tank because he is still only 31. And he is unfortunately the only one with the NBA championship experience. On the other side, Pascal Siakam, I think he's been doing their thing. I think, Pacers have been playing their basketball. I think it just gets down to a little bit of more executions. Just those turnovers, like Pacers don't have that big of a margin. You really do want to look into the scoring margins in wins. OKC have been winning 117 to 104, about 11 and a half points. That's almost a 10-point gap, or over a 10-point gap for their wins compared to Indy, who've been winning 113 and a half to 108 and a half, which is about 5 points here and there if you want to, kind of like really do that math really quickly. So yeah, like OKC and their wins have actually been a lot more comprehensive compared to the Pacers, and it kind of shows because based off the teams in the regular season, but Pacers have stepped up a notch. I mean, I don't want to say OKC has stepped down a notch, but they have definitely stagnated and they are like regressing rather than ascending to the next height to kind of finish this series out. Hopefully, with 2 games in hand in OKC, even if they win this, possibly lose the next one. I did say I don't mind a 7 game series. I don't mind me being wrong on 6 games. I still do hope OKC wins in 7. I don't mind if Pacers win it either. I don't have a dog in the race, but I will be back after the finals. Maybe we have a surprise for you guys. I will try to make some videos on soccer. If you guys are interested, tune in very soon. 1, 2, 3, 2.